Hey guys, what is up? Fake Nugent Records here, back in with a every CD I own review. Today we're going to be going over a album by a band that is pretty sick. One of my favorite death metal bands. One of my favorite. Um, it's kind of like a death metal genre bending kind of band because they do a little bit of core. They do like tech death. But we're going to be talking about the Black Dahlia Murder, Verminous, of course, the last album featuring Trevor Saran. Uh, yeah, it's definitely I really want to say like this album gives me the most super upbeat kind of vibe for them. Um, I guess it kind of gives that like a little bit of that Nightbringers vibe as well. But overall, this album has some really cool stuff on it. Starting with like Verminous, the title track, starting us off, kind of starts with almost like a doomier riff in the beginning, which is super cool. You get some really cool like virtuo esque guitar playing and something like Sunless Empire. How Very Dead is a fun little like anthemy kind of track. Werewolf's Feast is that awesome rip roaring metal track. And then you get, finish off with Dawn of Rats. This album is super good. I will say it's probably, to me, their most like solo heavy, very super upbeat, this album. And I really, really love it. I would say it's kind of less of that. I don't want to say anything like, I'm not trying to say anything bad about it, but like, to me, it's their more up, I don't know, not upbeat, but what's the right word? Just like, yeah, it's kind of hard. I don't know what I'm trying to explain right now. It's a great album. Like I said, coming out in 2020, was super cool. This album art is super cool. Everything on it, it's got very 40k or not 40k, but like Skaven esque stuff going on. Normal Warhammer actually, fantasy. Sorry, I don't want to get the Warhammer fans upset, but if you do like Warhammer, go check out my gaming channel. A while back, I played some 40k games. Um, but overall, this album, definitely kind of a definitely different vibe than Servitude was. Um, because I think without Trevor, you have a big uh difference in what kind of songs you can do, since he was such a, I don't know, he had such good like death metal vocal range, going from like really deep and guttural to those higher almost high pitched screams that were super good. And I do love this album a lot. I wouldn't say it's their best album. I think you get, some more memorable tracks on something like Ever Black, Nocturnal, Deflorate, Ritual. But I do think it sounds really cool. I would have loved to see what if we could have gone and had another album. It would have been really cool to see how they go from here. But overall, it's a really good album. Probably a top 3, top 4 Black Dahlia Murder album for me. Overall, I still think like overall, it's hard, dude, because they have such great albums. And to kind of go and rank this is really, really hard. Because I do think this is a great, great album. I want to rank it, I think, in A. I think I want to rank it above Sabotage. I just find myself listening to this album more. Um, and I think that I just have other Black Dahlia Murder albums I like love to listen. Even though I feel like I listen to songs like Werewolf's Feast and Sunless Empire. Like those are kind of constant on my rotation. Like really, really good, epic tracks. But I just don't know if it's something. I don't know. Maybe it'll go top A. I do think I like Michigan is a cool album, and I do really like it. But I think it almost is too calm. Like I use that to like if I'm about to go to bed or something like that, I'll listen to that. It kind of chills me out. This kind of puts me in that mood. Like I want to fucking throw my fists up. I want to get in a mosh. I want to go crazy. I want to have a lot of fun. And I think that is like really important. And I think this album being super solo heavy and the drumming in it is super powerful, impactful. You get like really, really good blast beats in here that really just. One thing I love is the blast beats are like perfectly mixed. This album overall is like really well mixed. The guitar tones are great. They said the drumming. You don't get as much, bass. I love me some bass. I love me some like a little forward heavy bass. You don't get as much of that, so maybe that's a little bit down. But I do think if you're like more of a traditional death metal fan, I think you'd like this album probably some of the best of Black Dahlia Murder. I think this is the most like traditional, getting to that like almost like I don't want to say death style. That's not about right, but maybe something like original Dark Tranquility, original In Flames. Like this kind of gives me like Jester Race vibes. Maybe not quite that, but it's kind of hard. It's that like very guitar solo heavy death metal that you found in like the 90s going into the early 2000s a little bit, and it's super cool, super unique album. Really, really just dope. Trevor's so good on it, like I said. And it's sad that we lost him so soon. And one of the things I am most disappointed in with this is I didn't go see them on that tour, like the tour right after COVID. It was like the Gutters tour or something like that. I can't remember. I can't remember which one, but I remember having them like in a gutter as like little caricatures of themselves. So it was a pretty big miss on my part. They just like kind of 8 hours away, and I didn't have anybody go with me, sadly, or I would have gone in a heartbeat because I fucking love this album. I thought it was really fun and would love to have gotten that much for these songs live. But, everything's what ifs, and the only what if, or not what if we don't have today, is I guess this is an A for me. Thank you all very much for watching. If you guys want to stay tuned, catch up for more. I think next album we're going to do is another one of my favorites. We're going to do Tommy by The Who. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. Peace.